Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another night here with Oxygen Not Included. We're here at the Failure to Launch colony, our latest colony that we've created in the game, and this one, of course, is in the launch upgrade beta. So we get a chance to see all the cool new stuff that's happening in the game. So far, we've had some struggles with oxygen and things. It's a bit of a different setup than we're used to, so I don't have the same normal rhythm I would follow. Which is kind of cool. It's like playing a new game. We have to kind of reinvent the way we go about doing things, including the way we're producing oxygen, which we set up this little rust deoxidizer down here last stream in order to produce some air for us. One of them doesn't seem to be producing enough. We also need to sort out some issues with our power supply system and what have you. But at the end of the last stream, we built this system up here that has these ethanol distillers producing ethanol that we're feeding into a petroleum generator, which is giving us power and carbon dioxide and some polluted water. And then we're taking the polluted water and feeding it back to some hydroponic farm tiles where we have some arbor trees growing that produces lumber that feeds the ethanol distiller that keeps the whole cycle going. So having a little bit of fun with that. Hopefully that will turn out well as a mechanism for producing some power and stuff for us. And with any luck, it might even produce more polluted water than we actually need. It looks like the system is backing up. So that tells me that we're going to have a little bit of an overflow. And I'll have the opportunity maybe to put in a secondary system here to use this for some extra water, which would be really handy as well. Welcome everyone who's here so far in the chat, or if you're watching this on the channel afterwards, welcome as well. Tonight, what I really would like to do, though, is go off in search of the salt seas and see if we can find ourselves some fancy salt water. That's one of the biomes that they added in this update that we haven't seen just yet. So that should be a good time. But first, let's try and bring in another duplicant. Actually, you know what? We're sort of treading water a little bit on. Well, we have plenty of food. Whatever. We'll bring in another duplicant. I was sort of debating whether I should pass on it again. We did pass at the last duplicant that came up just because, you know, it was getting a little pressured, but we are getting some consistent oxygen flow. So, we'll bring in another one. Trying to drown ourselves a little bit. Who would like to join the colony? Now, bear in mind, anyone who I name a duplicant after, there's no guarantee of survival. Actually, it's probably a really high guarantee that you won't survive. Just saying. Can't get the oxalite. All right, hold on. We'll bring in the oxalite. We'll give people a chance to think about it. If anyone who wants to join the colony, every time the gate comes up, until we get to maybe around, I want to say maybe around 15 or 18 duplicants, then we'll bring in another duplicant, and then after that we'll pause for a little bit. We'll let the oxalite sit there and do its little off-gassing business and see what kind of additional oxygen we can get for our colony. This is probably one of the weirdest laid out colonies that I've done in a long time. Usually I try to keep it like relatively organized, but not this time so much. I'm going to dig up here. We'll make sure we get a little bit more rust and stuff before we head out. The only challenge with going up towards the surface is going to be that we don't actually have... We don't have any kind of like exosuit business going on. And that's going to present challenges. Oh, you know what? I should... Let's cancel this. I'm going to dig up. We'll get the salt that's up here because it's actually something I can get and feed directly into our oxygen production system. And I think I'm actually going to set up a second rust deoxidizer after we sort out our power supply. So right now I have all the power that's being produced by this generator is going to the batteries that are up here. We don't actually have it feeding into our power grid just yet. I didn't really leave room in this design for additional transformers for extra energy flow. So we do have to get that all sorted out. This right now is its own closed system, so it's just sort of running its own business, and that's it, and that's not really where I want to be. If you need to kill off another dupe, you offer yourself. Oh, thanks, Michael. Everyone volunteering is a tribute. You're all magnanimous. Okay, so I think, what can I put in another transformer here? I can't put anything in this little space because it's our fancy little park. That's all brand new. We want to keep that going. I could put a transformer on this side, or I could just do this the hard way, I guess. We could put another transformer up above here somewhere, and then run the wire down. This is going to be a really, really sloppy layout for our first colony because I'm sort of building things as I go, as opposed to really having a thoughtful plan about how I approach it, which is kind of fun anyway. I mean, I used to always build with a particular layout in mind, and now I'm sort of reworking all that, which is kind of interesting. I'll build up there. Wow, derpy texting. just Inva? Okay. Welcome, Brittany. Wait a minute, the power grid's derpy? No way. I know, right? Hard to believe. Hard to believe. The general layout of this colony is a little stranger than I'm used to, but it's also in part because the biome is different. So they have a slightly different layout to the biomes than they had before. So we actually have some cold biomes nearby, which is kind of cool. They're not like the normal like snow and ice biomes. They're the frost biomes, but the rust biomes are significantly cooler than some of the others. Luke Stewart with Super Chat. If you get one with noodle arms, call it Broken Wing. All right. I generally try to avoid noodle arms if I can, because carrying is kind of a helpful thing in this game, but I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, so I did seal off a part of the colony over here. We've got it fairly condensed now. If we can get a reasonable amount of oxygen production, then that would be good. I even have this blocked off here, but CO2 for the most part, not really filtering its way down here. We don't have a good organizational structure for the colony to help force CO2 the direction we want to. I actually need to maybe pump some oxygen over to this side of things, and that would give me the opportunity to push the CO2 back this way. But right now, with the way our gas pressure is set up, and the way my colony's set up, our gas flow is terrible. It's kind of squishing the CO2 out towards the sides because we're producing all the oxygen in the middle. That's less than optimal. Now that we do have power production up here that's coming in a reasonable amount, this is producing 2 kilowatts for us, we might actually be able to maybe put in a second rust deoxidizer and consider redesigning this whole system a little bit so that we can kind of pump the oxygen out instead of just using just normal, like a normal direct feed system. And that would allow me to direct the air exactly where I want it to go, and it would be sort of similar to my other oxygen production system as I've used in the past. We do have a little bit of algae, I think, now. Where's our organic? A little bit of algae, only 2,400 kilograms, so that's not great. But we could use that to produce some air, too, and maybe we'll do that. I'm going to do it on the far side of the farm, though, over here. And try to get some of that CO2 movement I was talking about. If we can build up air pressure over here, it'll help our farm. And it will also help to push the CO2 back towards the middle. So we'll try doing that a little bit. I don't know where to find the salt biome, or the salt water biomes. So I'm going to just sort of push outwards. We've already started digging over to the right here, but this is the edge of the map over here. I'm thinking, if anything, it's probably going to be upwards. We got to dodge some of the boulders and things that are up here that are hard to dig through, but we're going to see if we can find one. Who croaked? We had one duplicant die. This here was the Dupe of Earl. The Dupe of Earl, unfortunately, died. I think it was suffocation that got Dupe of Earl. Good old suffocations. Am I going to use rust for oxygen? I'm doing that now. That's what this is right here. We have a little rusty oxidizer running. It's not the most efficient system. The nice thing with the electrolyzer is that you can just constantly feed water into it. You don't have to spend any time supplying it. Whereas this one requires both rust and salt in order to make it run, which means you have to have duplicants constantly run and feed it with a supply, and that's less than optimal in that kind of a setup. This here too actually needs mesh tiles underneath it also, because as we were talking about, the rust deoxidizer does actually produce liquid chlorine, not gaseous chlorine. It will drip underneath and then turn to a gas as it warms up, which is pretty much almost right away, but. So having this here was actually making it work less optimally relative to what I wanted to, because the chlorine was getting trapped up here as opposed to going down below. Oh, that's right. It was the duplicant who wouldn't break the tile that was next to them, so they suffocated in a little space. I think they were non-constructive duplicant, which did not work out well for them. Poor sad little duplicant. BDS Empire with Super Chat. Congrats on the new job, Brady. Oh, Brittany, you got the job. Congratulations. I knew you were going for the interview today. I'm so glad you got it. That's awesome. Let's dig upwards. I'm gonna put plan for her to put another door up here. Just because I don't know what kind of business I'm gonna get my duplicants into up here. So we'll put another door up here, and we're gonna send a duplicant out to explore. See what they find up here. Can I even dig through this yet? Oh, I can. Nice. They may not make it very far. This might be a bit of an issue just because they can't hold their breath long enough to dig for super long distances. But I'd like to expand our view at least a little bit and try to see what's around us. The best way to do that is just to dig. Oh, there's some filtration medium over here too. That would be good. So we'll set a little stepping stone system across here, and then we'll send a duplicant out after this sand. That will be very handy over here also. Jess Stewart with Super Chat. Dupe of Earl died from dumb dupiness. My character, so I can say that. Also, non-constructive means my grandma was right. Okay. Your grandma guessed that you would never be a construction worker? Is that what's going on there? Is the stream very quiet for you guys? I hope not. You're talking about like the game sounds are super quiet, or the voice audio? Oh, the game's actually set a little low. Bling! Should be a little louder now. Evie Hannah with a super chat. Yay! Made on time tonight. Love the update. Thanks, Evie. Yeah, this update's really fun. I like all the changes and stuff in it. I like a challenge, so it's nice to actually not have to, like, not be flying on autopilot anymore. Not that we're necessarily doing the best job just yet, but it's nice to have that little bit of challenge where we have to kind of relearn some things. And I accidentally set this to slow. That was silly. Why don't you play Fortnite like you used to? Well, I was playing it more when more people were interested in watching me play it. Now there's just not nearly as much interest. So I still play it every once in a while, but in the long run, it's not really worth it for me because so few people watch it. The voice is a little quiet too. Oh, really? I mean, I have my audio settings pretty close to the usual, but so weird. Yeah, like when I stream this and I'm getting, you know, anywhere between 200 and 500 people watching on the stream, and then I turn on a Fortnite stream and I've got 25 people, you know, it's a pretty loud signal from the audience about what they do and don't want to see, right? Not that I don't like playing Fortnite anymore, I still enjoy it. Just doesn't make a lot of sense to play it a lot. And even when I have streamed it lately, I actually didn't even make the stream recording available after. I just made it unlisted. Okay, continue on our research. We should do probably some ranching research. It'd be nice to try to salvage some of those light bugs before they all croak on us. So we're going to want to try and do something that way. So we'll set it up to do the research over here for the ranching, and maybe we'll do animal control. Whatever. We'll go all the way to the far ends of this branch. Oh, they actually changed the point totals required too. I don't recall these actually having, like, escalating amount of points in them as they went farther to the right, but that's kind of cool. Maybe they did, and I just don't remember. Zombies with the super chat. So happy you're back to regular Oni Fox. Happy as a newly sheared glossy Dreco. Thanks, Zom. Appreciate the super chat. Thanks so much for the support. I love when new stuff comes out in a game, so I love to just, like, dive headlong into it, and there's so much to pick out here, so much to work on and practice with and figure out and explore. So, like I said, I've said probably a whole bunch of times by now, it's like playing a new game, and that's pretty cool. Okay, while this is all working, let's get the power transformer set up here. This is going to be really sloppy. I don't like this setup at all. I built this thing because I really wanted to have it, but I didn't really... I don't think I considered well enough where I was placing it. So this was really less than optimal. But that's alright. We'll make it work. Fire this down here. Oh. Yeah. Alright, this is gonna be super weird, but we're gonna go all the way around because I can't really cut through the middle of that with wire bridges. We'll hook this up to the grid. That will save our duplicant time running on the treadmill and free up them to do something else, which would be good. And then we'll actually make proper use of this petroleum generator. I also need a smart battery. Now, down here somewhere... Yeah, we did set this up to make some refined metal. How much did we get? It's looking like none. Nope, they haven't done any of it yet. So, good on them. They're all busy doing other things. They can't be bothered going downstairs to punch the button. What do you think the best seasoning for mashed potatoes? I use lots of butter, salt, and then I like to add a little bit of minced garlic in it when I make it too. So I'm a big fan of the garlic mashed potatoes. Do you know when the update will become available? I don't. Sometime this month. It's supposed to be July, but they haven't announced a specific date. Now, this only just became available on the beta branch last Thursday. Has it only been since last Thursday? Wow. Man, it feels like forever already. Last Thursday is when they made it available, and normally it's a few weeks in beta branch while they refine things and make changes before they pull it down into the core part of the game. They finish off the artwork. So you can see there's still temporary artwork, like the pips here still have temporary artwork on them. Once they get that stuff all buttoned up, that's usually when they'll release it. But they haven't set a specific date just yet, I don't think. I probably should have checked the forum today before I started streaming, but it's been kind of a busy day, so I didn't have a chance. You want to push the button? I want to push the button. We have all of our bed space taken up again. How's our decor doing now? Alright. It's still ugly as sin, but it's better than it was. Oh, we got a shine bug trapped in the door. Poor little shine bug. He's confined in glum. We gotta open this. The poor Pip is still trapped. Well, the door's open, but it can't get out because of the water. And actually, this is going down fast. We definitely are going to need some secondary supply of water going here. Because right now this is feeding into our oxyfern, which is our kind of almost our sole oxygen production outside of this thing. But the rust deoxidizer doesn't really produce a lot of oxygen, 450 grams per second relative to the oxygen diffuser, which is 550. So it's as functional as a little bit less than one of those. The only thing I like about this, though, is that the oxygen seems to come out at a lower temperature. Instead of coming out at like 30 degrees, which it does out of the algae deoxidizer we're going to build over here, it seems to be closer to 20, which is nice. Hey, Wolfie, how are you? Ranch is good on mashed potatoes. Cut out the live stream. Hey, Tony, welcome. Didn't catch the end of the last stream. How did I do in terms of survival? You survived, Larry Berry. And we only had one duplicant die. That was the dupe of Earl. So F's to pay respect and whatnot to the dupe of Earl. Oh, look, they have motion sensors up here. Duplicate motion sensors. Oh. I wonder if we have to have like a triple trigger system to it looks like it to get to this chair. We might have to have a duplicant here, here, and over here in order to get into the chair. That's kind of cool. Sneaky. All right, choose a blueprint. Care package of a pufflet, nutrient bars, which you don't really need right now because we've got a decent amount of food. Doctoring or science, +7. I should probably bring in a doctor. No taste, increased food morale bonus. That's good. But they're a mouth breather though. We don't want someone consuming extra air. Oh, good. Let's bring in someone unconstructive. That worked really well for us last time. Oh boy. Hold on. Let me check and see who we have in the colony. I can't even remember who we have in here. Let's see. We have Still Snow, Say Hattori, Sub to PewDiePie, Rage Dragon, Snark Diva rather, Robert McGill, Shane Sheehan, Greg Dixon, Larry Berry, and Joseph. Sweet. All right, so we're gonna make this duplicant. We'll bring this one in. It will be Luke Stewart. Welcome to the colony. Again, no guarantees of survival. If a duplicate gets named after you and they happen to pass away, I'm terribly sorry. We'll do our best to get a round of Fs in the chat if you happen to die off. Let's get some more algae here. Something else to produce oxygen while we try to strike out and find the seas. I wonder how many of them are even in this biome. I'm not really sure where to expect them. Pop-out chat is awesome. Yeah, I use it in pop-out all the time too, so I can keep a... Actually, my second screen's actually really crowded. I play at 2 screens, so I have one that has the game going on it, and then the other one I have things like chat and super chats and my software and a chart showing what's going on in the stream and that kind of stuff. But without the pop-out chat, it's a lot harder. Passed away or went swimming in molten copper. It was a short swim. It was a short swim, to be sure. Oh, these are finally getting enough CO2 that they're actually producing a reasonable amount of oxygen now. So that's helping. This colony is horrible for, like, oxygen distribution, though. I really did not plan this out super well, I'm feeling. Are these ready to harvest? Oh, I can't even harvest those. Those little pips have been busy planting seeds around here, giving us some free growth, and I didn't even have them set up for harvest. That's a sin right there. Let's try and get the oxygen going over here. This is a little silly. Skills. We have some more duplicates that have earned some more skills. We brought up Luke Stewart. He's got research and cuisine. I think we'll put Luke on research. Why not at this point? Still Snow. Could we get the back sticking yet? We can. No, we can't. It's only 1 point. All right. Forgot about that. It takes 2 points to do that. All right. So we have crop farming. Oh, see, that's weird. Why in some cases can I buy it with 1 point, but I guess some of them just require 2 points? Interesting. Some require 2 points and some don't. And I just doomed that duplicant to a horrible, horrible life. They've got, like, a huge morale expectation and almost no morale. Whoops. Sorry, duplicant. I'd like to get a mechatronics engineer going, so let's work on improved tinkering here. Greg Dixon, we can move them up to digging so they can actually try to make some more digging progress. And Larry, we can move them up to a higher degree of skill in artwork. So we can get a little fancier that way too. They don't breathe when CrypticFox gives them a marble hat. It's like a marble top hat. It's good. Shouldn't you stop the mush bar production? I should. You're absolutely right. We've been consuming water here that we don't need. I forgot that was actually running. Thanks for pointing that out. We're actually wasting it right now. Just building it all up and drawing all the water down out of here. Similarly, we have water that's being drawn out here. And this is not necessarily the best use of our water time. The Pips planted some stuff down here, but I think I'm going to dig it out. And we'll plan to put our water recycling system down here. Maybe I can even leave some of the plants in place. I guess it's not that big a deal. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so normally I would build my floor like right in here. Whatever. We'll get rid of it all. Let me get out of here. We have enough food going in the other place. And we're not going to take a duplicate every single time this time because there's just too much pressure. You're listening to Cryptic while assembling a 3D printer. Oh, cool. What are you planning to 3D print? Anything special? Hashtag farmers always die. They don't always die. It was just that one colony. They happened to die an awful lot. Get the dupe shaker set up to remove skill points. Oh, yeah. We could do that, too. It's all right. We'll let them suffer a little bit. Stress is only at 9%. I mean, we can offset it also just by setting up a massage room, I guess. You know, because we have all kinds of time for duplicants to be going to take casual luxury spa visits. We are producing more air over here, which is good now. It's going to take a while for that to build up. Once the pressure builds up over here, it should push the CO2 down this way, which would be good because it'll get down to our plant life, which is kind of what I'm shooting for. I could probably help the process along by stripping some more of the ground out here so it has more of a natural flow. Maybe we'll do that a little bit. Whoops. There. Try to give it a little bit of flow so it's got a little bit more downward movement. Good idea on limiting the dupes. How many oxyferns is 43 dupes of oxygen? It would be 129. It takes basically 3 oxyfern per duplicant in order to produce enough oxygen for them. But even then, like you can see that the oxygen sort of pools in the area where the oxyferns are. It doesn't distribute itself really readily. And because the oxygen pressure is going upwards, it's actually causing some interruption in the flow of CO2. It's not moving down as easy. Maybe we can try to ease this along a little bit. We'll add a few more of these tiles in. They unfortunately impair the decor a little bit, but it might be worth it in the long run. Just try to get a little bit more CO2 movement. It's funny that it's getting plugged up like right here. We're getting tons of CO2 up here also. That's going to be a problem. I might even consider like pumping some of it down here to feed the oxyfern, but... Lights in the bathroom for the room bonus. We're not... Oh yeah, I don't even have this sealed off to get a room bonus right now. That was silly of me. We did have it sealed at one point. Let's see. This is only a latrine, so we don't really need... we don't really need lead, I don't think. Let's just check. Hold on. Barracks, bedroom, latrine. Yeah, so no... There's no no light required for the latrine, but for the actual plumbed bathroom, that's when we'll have to have a light source. So we'll need to put one of those in there, too. And we can save on power by using one of those fancy new motion sensors if I have it in here. Duplicate motion sensor. Hooray. Stick that on the ceiling. When a duplicate comes in, we'll flick the light on. I don't know, actually... This is a big room. I don't know how long it'll stay on after it flicks the switch. I guess I could put something in there that keeps it on for a certain amount of time before turning off. That would work. So we'll put it like right in the doorway here. That will require some more research, though, I think. I don't think we have... Yeah, we don't have any of the automation stuff in here just yet. Andrew with the super chat. This game was on sale on Steam a few weeks ago. Discovered your channel, bought the game, and I'm having tons of fun with it. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for the game recommendation. Thank you so much for the super chat, Andrew. I appreciate the support, and I'm glad you're enjoying the game. This is hands down my favorite game. And it has been for quite a while. at least, I can say at least like 2 years. I'd say this has been my favorite game. So I'm really glad you're enjoying it too, because there's just so much to do in it. I hope that the development continues past the initial launch of the game. I know they've done a really good job of supporting Don't Starve, which is another one of their another one of their game properties, so I'm really hoping they do something similar with Oxygen Not Included, and they keep producing content for it. Because whenever new stuff comes out for this game, I get so excited about it. Did you find more algae? I did find a little bit up here. There's a little pocket here. In the long term, it's not really what I want to be doing to supply my colony with oxygen, but yeah, this whole setup down here, oh, we actually have these things semi-growing now. Okay. I want a second rust deoxidizer. If I build it over here, it's going to be kind of a nuisance. This is not going to work right. I don't like where I have this whole thing positioned. I might move it. Try to put it more central. I could put it over on this side and try to force some of the CO2 over towards the middle part. So what I'm thinking is that we'll do like a two rust oxidizer system, and we can try to keep some of the CO2 from filtering in by putting like a little spot, like a thing just sort of up above it. I can't build here because the plants are in the way. And I'd almost consider setting up a pumping system now that we actually have a decent supply of power, and using the pump to distribute the oxygen instead of this. Now, the trouble is the duplicants are still going to have to go in and supply it with materials. So wherever we build it, we're going to want to have some sort of an airlock system so they can go in. We can kind of trap in the chlorine gas and make sure that we have the ability to harvest and to feed in the supplies and stuff. But I think I'd like to relocate the way this is built. It's kind of a pain because we've started to produce a little bit of chlorine gas, and that's going to kind of float around in there too. If you have time or desire later, I have a question about automation that needs Sandbox to answer. Okay, Poe. No trouble. Welcome to the stream, though. Should I get a smart battery, or might you get flooded with CO2? Yeah, I'm planning to make a smart battery, but they're finally down here punching the button. I needed them to refine some metal for me because I wanted to get a smart battery set up here, and I hadn't done that just yet. We actually don't have the smart battery unlocked yet either, so I guess I was trying to produce the materials for something I didn't even have yet. Go gadget me. You're new here. Well, welcome. Thanks for popping in. Use a carbon scrubber in your salt grow room to eliminate the CO2 that gets in. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. I like your thinking. You know, I was kind of thinking I wouldn't really be needing the carbon scrubber so much anymore now that we were using these things, but that's actually a really great use for it. I like that idea. And since it doesn't eliminate any other gases, it's like a perfect fit. My only concern will be the heat. However, it should run inconsistently enough that it shouldn't cause too many problems heat-wise. I would think, anyway. Hopefully. Hopefully, sort of, maybe. Possibly. Your pips have invaded my landscaping. I have a random pumpkin plant growing amongst your roses. Nice. How did a pumpkin plant get there? Was it like a leftover remnant from Halloween or something? Oh, look, the Dreco can set off the motion sensor. Oh, no, a duplicate came through and did it. Does this have a time? No, it doesn't have any kind of a time setting on it. So then I was hoping the sensor itself would have something so I wouldn't actually have to do some automation. But let's throw a little light in here. I want to see how long the light stays on for. Throw a ceiling light. Oh, man. Well, I mean, it doesn't really need to light up a lot, I guess. I can just stick it in here. It doesn't even matter. You know what? It occurs to me. I probably don't even need the light plugged in. I suspect it only needs to be a light source, but not one that actually works. We might be able to get the morale boost without even plugging the light bulb in. Yeah, heat shouldn't be a problem because it only do it intermittently, so it shouldn't produce too much. Okay, I'm already planning to do my bathroom setup over here. Did these things replant themselves? They did. Someone please dig those up. Let's put a priority on this. I want to get a flooring down there. Give me some floor space. Thank you. The free meal wood's nice and all, but it's really slow growing relative to the cultivated stuff anyway. Okay, so we'll need a water sieve down here. Input, output, etc., etc. So we'll do it this way. We'll put our carbon scrubber down here, but I can actually run a feed off of the same water sieve to handle the carbon scrubber. It's going to take a little bit of water, though, unfortunately. What am I thinking here? There we go. Carbon skimmer. Put that there. That means we can close off this wall, because we don't really need that. Yeah, the Benny Hill theme. Yakety sax, by the way, playing in the background while you're playing Oni, and somehow it's appropriate. Yeah, you could also play like a circus theme song. You know, there's a variety of things you could probably play while I'm playing. Did they patch out the internet gas pressure exploit? I'm not sure which one you're referring to, so you'd have to maybe clarify. So that was your question with the motion sensor. You'll probably run into the same problem you did. Okay. I think the motion sensor will only work while there's actually a duplicate moving in the space. And then it immediately turns off again. Yeah. So what we can do to try to stall that out is there's an automation piece that will have a delayed system. So it will trigger it and it will stay on for a certain amount of time before switching off. We can do something similar, but I think in this bathroom we probably don't even need to plug the light in. Scott with the super chat. Dupe life insurance. Does an oxygen generation room need airflow tiles on the side to improve circulation? Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah, so part of the reason I was trying to limit, at the time we built it, I was trying to limit what was going on here was I wanted the chlorine gas to stay below. So I was making a point of having the opening at the top so the oxygen would flow upwards and out, but the chlorine gas wouldn't get the chance to move sideways. And I was also trying to limit the amount of CO2 that was moving into it. Because this isn't a closed system like the normal oxygen production system I normally use, I was trying to limit the direction of flow a little bit. I didn't have a lot of time to experiment today. I toyed around with a very tiny little bit, but I just had other things on the go and I couldn't. But let's see. Let's bring in another duplicant. So we have operating at +7 machinery. That probably wouldn't hurt. I mean, we have a few things we need them to operate and stuff, and I think that includes supplying stuff. +70% machine operation speed. Actually, supplying might be like a different interest. But they have diver's lungs. I'm all about that. And the pacifist trait is really not a bad thing. So I'm going to take Ruby. Ruby here can be BDS Empire. Welcome to the colony. Thanks for the super chat. We'll get you working on some operationalized stuff. We actually should fix our priorities too, because I think a couple duplicants we brought in we haven't dealt with. So Greg, we can put priority digging. Larry, priority on decorating. Oh man, we didn't have him working on art. It's a sin. Joseph has machinery skill and construction skill. I guess we'll put Joe on machinery. We'll put BDS Empire on machinery. We'll put Luke prioritized on research. So we have 3 people with research, but that's okay. They can cycle in and out just a little bit. Perfect. You're late. What did you miss? Not a ton. We've kind of been expanding out just a tiniest little bit right now. We worked on hooking up the power grid down here, so actually we don't need this treadmill anymore. Let's disable that. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we do need it. I tapped out all the power. All right. I guess we better enable that. I've tapped out my power grid. As soon as I connected it, it tapped it out. I might need to put a switch on this and control the amount that's flowing out, because that's not optimal. Huh. I have to say, I'm still liking the carbon generators in general for just raw power production. This is great for producing like water and getting its own little cycle going, but I don't think I want this as my sole power production. Seems inconvenient. And this treadmill won't go the other way, so we're gonna prime the pump again here. Yeah, power generation room definitely shut down. We'll get that sorted. Okay, so let's set up our next research tab. So we finished all the way through on the food tab. Let's see. Not really worried about plastics and stuff right now. Oh, there's the smart battery. It's funny it's in there with like the jukebox as a sound amplifiers. How is the smart battery a sound amplifier? Or the power control station for that matter. It's sort of an interesting grouping right there. But whatever works. Look at the top left, the tree with notifications. Research, skill points earned, unrefrigerated foods. Yeah, we're short 2 cots. So we do need to bring in some more living space. We could put them by the compost room, but I don't think they would appreciate that very much. So maybe we'll expand up here. We'll move this whole setup up here. We'll go up another 3 tiles high. This guy's like the Smurfs, so we'll just make him 3 apples high. What are they doing up here? They haven't started digging that just yet. They have dug over here. They really prioritized going this way instead of going this way. Probably because this door here. Set that to open and maybe they'll do the work. That runs us into... Oh, there we go. There's some salt water. We found our first salt water. Very, very small quantities of it, though. Up here, there's also salt deposits. We have sand. We have sedimentary rock. Okay. Well, the salt sea wasn't as difficult to find as I thought it might be. Let's dig in up here. Try and send a duplicate a little bit farther up. Hopefully they can survive the journey. If not, we'll need some Fs in the chat. Dig up some coal. There's some metal here that couldn't go wrong. No, ooh, actually, I don't think I can dig through this abyssalite yet. We don't have level 3 digging. It's not saying it's stopping me. Huh. Alright, it only takes level 2 to get abyssalite. So what on earth would you need level 3 digging for? Is that the asteroid things? Yeah, it's this. Really, obsidian is more difficult to dig than abyssalite now. Huh. Well, that's different. I want to see if there's a big pool up here or a source of salt water, because it looks like it might just be like small deposit, and that could be not terribly useful. The previous colony built a wood generator, and the colony got sucked. Yeah, that colony went down the tubes. We got sucked into a black hole, and when it went back, the save file wasn't there. So that colony ended a little bit ignominiously. Okay, let's. I'm just gonna cram in a bunch of beds in this next one. And but we have limited ability to put in for decorative stuff here anyway, I guess. Ugh. Hate that I can't make it look neat. So we'll put one there. We'll do 2 here. That'll at least give me space to do some statues in here, so they can help with the decor a tiny bit. We'll do a ceiling in here since they can actually reach it. Do I have granite? I do. Let's do granite ceiling. Whoops. That'll help a little bit with general decor. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I should make sure these are built out of granite too, since that maximizes the decor benefit. Igneous rock I was using. Nobody likes the igneous rock artwork. Okay, and I need to move this up. Well, I should probably just... Let's just destroy this door. We don't really need it here. Deconstruct it. We'll deconstruct this too. It's about time you mine diamond. Yeah. Diamond, do you mind if I mine you? The hunt for lettuce. That's right. If we can find some lettuce up there, that'd be really handy. Good food source. A couple of these like frosty biomes too that are... We could grab some wheezeworts, but they don't work quite the way that they used to. They're a little bit more challenging now. Poor sleepy duplicants. Oh, we got a bed for everybody. I think. Except he's on the floor anyway. Why is Larry on the floor? Maybe he doesn't have a bed yet. I thought... Alright. Well, whatever. Maybe the floor's just more comfortable. He's sleeping at the foot of a Say's bed. Oh, and actually we have a double schedule here, and I haven't moved any duplicants down a bit. Let's move we'll move Luke to schedule 2. Just kind of make sure that stays balanced for now. We don't want to jam up the bathroom. That would be bad news. No one likes a traffic jam in the bathroom. Can you get the pimps to plant wheezeworts? Good question. I haven't tried yet. I know I tried to get them to plant frostweed in dirt and a variety of other substances, and they wouldn't do it. But apparently they'll do it on sandstone, which is kind of weird. So it's possible they'll do the wheezeworts, but that's a good question. If we can manage it, that would certainly be better for like cooling and stuff, because it's sort of a tiny little exploit. But you have a bed. You just gave up the process of walking towards it. It could have walked all the way there, but it was just too tiring. If you thought about making a pit for the dupes to dump polluted water and filtering it out, yeah, I normally do. It doesn't generally produce a lot. I don't have a spot for it here right now, but I probably could do it down here, maybe. It's not that we have stuff growing on here, so maybe I shouldn't. Let's Let's build... Gosh, I don't even know where to put it right now. I guess I can stick it in here. I can put a little access port here. We'll put a door over here. Seal that off. Open this up. And we'll create a little cesspool over here. Everybody loves a good cesspool. Just plan to block the whole thing off. Less useful for cleaning it out because it does take a long time for it to build up. We're gonna need an overflow valve for our bathroom system anyway, so it's fine to take the time to do that now, I guess. And we have all these bottles here stinking up the joint too. We are converting them to clean oxygen, but well, actually I should put another one up here. Let's keep the polluted oxygen under control if we can. Will Pip die in the cistern? Only if we kill it. Like this one's been down here for a while and it hasn't been the bullet, so. Don't think the dupes can climb up the ladder above your base. Need to dig out another tile or two above the door. Oh, you're right. They can't jump up there. Good eye. Thank you. Got a bunch of shine bugs here. We could actually set up a little shine bug emporium. To the research for the grooming station? Where is that now? Oh, it'll be a station. Duh. Super smart. Grooming station. There we go. Stick that in here. We're going to put a pneumatic door and we'll leave it open. Actually, we'll do a double pneumatic door. Dig this out. We'll just open both of these up and let the shine bugs go in and out however they please. We don't want to get too many of them down by the bedroom space because the shine bugs, I think, actually disturb sleep now when the light shines on the duplicants. Why is this thing still here? I think you're still using granite for tiles. Save granite. Yeah, you're right. I might be. That small little decor effect. The floor is so dirty in here. It's not really helping. Let's plan to sweep that up. Solve for that a little bit. We're not gonna have reed fiber in this colony. We're gonna have to get a Dreco farm going so we can get access to some reed fiber. Don't let shine bugs in the bedrooms during bedtime. Yep. I have the doors on here closed, so the shine bugs can't get in. They won't go through a pneumatic door. Now the thing is, if they fly close enough to the side of it, they could probably still wake the duplicant up. But yeah, as we tame them, we'll want to give them a feeder. Oh, these are finished now. Let's open this up. I want them to be able to fly in and out readily. And I'm going to plan to have all the light up here for right now, so it's kind of out of my way. So we'll give them a little feeder. What critter feeder can sit over here? We'll blind our duplicates as they run past. They can go blindly into the void instead. Oh, what do we have up here? Waterweed seed, just laying there all by itself with no water. I wonder if we'll find like waterweed seeds in the salt and stuff that's up here. If so, that would be handy, although it's a really long way for the duplicants to run. A long way to run with no oxygen. Poor little guys. Maybe use granite to build tiles somewhere on the right, I think, intended. Yeah, I did it intentionally. I did it over here to build this, but you're right. These over here I did not intend to be granite. I need a ladder here anyway. Actually, if I just go like that, it'll work. Oh, hold on. I'll use, I'm going to build over here anyway. We'll just do mesh tiles across here. And then I'll finish these tiles out with something other than granite, because you're right, we want to save it. We'll use igneous rock for this. And we have a fair amount of granite, don't get me wrong. 96,000. That's a fair chunk. It's definitely not going to be something that we have to like panic about or anything, but still, it makes sense to build it properly the first time around. And then here, we'll throw a little deodorizer. So we can clean up the air before it gets out of here. This is all carbon dioxide, so that's fine. Oxygen in here, oddly enough. Okay, that's pretty good oxygen in here right now. All things considered. CO2 is compressing down here, which is great. These things are doing a good job of starting to exchange it, which is good. But with the number of duplicates we have, we need more than this. This isn't enough. We need more of these fancy ferns. I don't know how many seeds do we have for these things. Oxyfern seed, none. Well, that rules that out. Don't let the cute of the game fool you. Yeah, they're super cute and everything. The duplicates are awesome. Everything's really fun and cartoony, but there is challenge involved in this. A lot of people, when they start out, their colonies die in very short order. Our colony died in the the new update in very short order. Twice, actually, I guess, if you count the black hole event. What do I want next? I still don't have any reed fiber, so getting into this kind of artwork stuff is not going to be super productive. Oh, here we go. Let's go down here and we'll get some of this automation stuff. Just in case we need it for the bathroom. I don't know whether we do or not. But it wouldn't hurt to have it. There's so many things here still to research. Get busy, my little dupes. Scrubber next to the rock granulator. Yeah. Oh, there's actually another oxyfern down here. And is this not planted? No, there's a mirth leaf in here. Oh, man, come on. Let's dig this out. We'll swap it out for the mirth leaf. I was trying to... So, I tend not to clean up CO2 all that consistently. It's really hard to actually see how this is all sorted in here. There's like an awful mess of, like, flowing gases because of the oxygen these are producing. We're producing a lot of CO2 up here. This might be where I might need another scrubber because I don't have enough plants to take care of all that. Actually, if we could get slicksters coming up in the printing pod, that'd be awesome. Get free access to some oil because we have lots of CO2 from them to work with. Down here, this scrubber, I'm going to want to set up... do I want to do this right now? Do I want to rebuild the whole layout of this thing? I think I do. I think I want to rebuild this. I got these planted. They're not really growing yet because they don't have chlorine in here, but we did find... we dug right all the way at the top here. We dug right up to this bleachstone section. I could grab some bleachstone and get chlorine in there really fast. Which is what I think I'm going to do. So that'll be our salt production system down here. Okay, I'm gonna redo this. Let's just let's deconstruct all this business in here. I'm gonna change it around a little bit. I want to change the flow for the way that the CO2 is working in here anyway. Because I'd like to get the CO2 out of here if I can. It does not. I think it does not like those rust things. It feels like every time I tell them to do something with that, that's when we run into a black hole. Glass Nose, this is my first live stream and I'm loving it. Thanks. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming to the live stream. I'm glad you enjoyed so far. Welcome to our black hole, where colony goes boom. It does have autosave, so I mean we won't have lost too much at least. That's so annoying. Dang, rust machines are super user-friendly. Yeah. Yeah, well, it is beta branch, right? So you're going to run into bugs and stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's... I'm pretty sure there's a bug tied to the rust machines. I might be wrong. I just feel like every time I'm doing something around them and clicking on them and things, I'm risking a black hole. We keep running into one, but... We had one black hole in like 12 hours. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had one here even, but it's... yeah, they do still happen for sure. Okay, set that to open. It looks like we lost about a cycle here, so that's not bad. Hopefully we can deconstruct all this. Now that I built a scrubber down here for no reason. While they're focusing on that too, I think I should start getting my plumbing set up. So let's, this toilet's already full, why don't we just deconstruct it? We'll start with one toilet in the middle and then we'll branch out. I don't want to take all of them away at once because it might take me a little bit to get this all going. And if it does, I don't want them pooping on the floor. Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, let's put that up here into here. Need this up, over, and down. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have stuff in there. So let's yep, that worked well. Liquid bridge. Oh, I can't put the liquid bridge right on it, so we don't want to do that. Bum bum bum. Boo. Alright. Okay, and then we'll set up an overflow that will go off into here, and we can dump it into this. Oh. Right, I have to redo all that stuff, too. Okay, so we'll plan to dump it in there. We need to cancel this. I gotta redo that mesh floor, because that was apparently in the day that was lost. Welcome to Groundhog Day. Oxygen not included style. In plumbing, we had the bottle emptier. We're going to stick that in here also. Let's look at this dirt. Okay, so that will give us one functional bathroom, you know, assuming we can send water over there. This is going to actually be a nuisance. I'm going to have to send a really weird piping system here. Oh, actually, I won't have to set a weird piping system. I'm really close. Hooray! I forgot I was sending water over there. Okay. Pipe bridge across here. We'll plug this into our output right there. Just to prime our system. That'll be good. Love the sound effects in this game. Yeah, all the little xylophone sounds and the sounds of the theremin and stuff with the little duplicant voices and what have you. It's good times. There are bugs? A colony of bugs worth? Yeah, pretty much. It's like Hollow Knight, but in oxygen not included. So the question is just if you can set up a storage room with automated doors to keep out pips without keeping out dupes, because automated doors get take the chores off list. Yeah, so the pips won't go through these pneumatic doors. So right here I have my storage room here with pneumatic doors on either end. The pips won't go through. So just a simple pneumatic door will keep your pips out. Nice simple build at least. There's a bit of O2 trapped in the rock lander room. A bit of digging, let it out. Is there? Oh, yeah, there is. Get that out of here. It's this thing here. This little oxyfern is producing a small amount of... Oh, right. Have to redo this. It's the oxyfern that's doing the work down there. And I don't have these things set for harvesting either, which is wasteful. It's funny how quickly they'll get to the digging jobs over anything else. They're just so much more efficient at them. Okay, let's plan to deconstruct this. Let's dig out all this. Hold on, I need some of this. I gotta keep some of these things intact, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to go where I need to. No, the doors work, but how do you make automated doors work? Tried a couple different things. Need your skills, man. The skills. But the doors are already kind of automated. You want it to be so that when they walk up close to the door will open? Is that what you're saying? Because the doors are already kind of automated, right? They run up to them and they open. Speaking of buttons, please hit the like button, beeps. And if you don't currently subscribe to the channel, click on the subscribe button as long as you're busy clicking things. Yeah, so basically, what's the point of automated doors? Well, there really isn't a point of automated doors. I'm not entirely sure where you're going. The doors are already kind of automated. They're already set up so when the duplicate runs up in front of them, they'll open up. So if you use the one door, and it just has to be plugged into power so it opens faster, and then when they run up to it, it will open quickly and close quickly behind them. There's not really a huge benefit to them, though. It's... I had something I was doing in here, research-wise, that I know... Oh, yeah. Automation, that's what I was working on. Oh, actually, I'm going to go with this. Improve ventilation first. Get some of that. That's where you're going. You just had to hold my hand a bit to point out the obvious. Yeah, yeah. So there's this door over here. This one moves slow. This one is the mechanized airlock moves slow unless you plug it in, and the pneumatic airlock lets gases and liquids through. So if you want to have like pneumatic doors in your storage room are enough to keep pips out, but if you want an automated door somewhere else, you could put the mechanized door and just plug it into power, and it'll open and close quickly. You don't really need to build a system around motion sensors and stuff, unless you're trying to do something complicated outside of just opening the doors. Like maybe you're using the doors for a particular purpose or something, like destruction of gases or something like that. So you could use it as a trigger for a triple door system to create a vacuum seal behind you as a definitive airlock. Would be a pretty cool use, I think. Okay, another duplicant. Pufflet, Stinky, Marie, or Ren. So we have operating, suit wearing. I almost want to take Ren just because that's my dog's name. Cooking and operating. Cooking and operating. 3 + 3 machinery + 7 machinery. Buff, increased strength, bottomless stomach. I'm not really worried about the food consumption. I think we are going to take this Ren duplicant over here. Not too worried about the, well, plus 70% run speed. Oh, if we get to exosuits, that would be pretty awesome. 70% run speed. That's incredible. I wonder if that's just... I wonder if it's like... Does it actually speed up their running? Oh, that's just athletics that does that. Gives them faster run speed, not the actual suit wearing component. That's fine. We'll go with the machinery. Take the machinery. We already had a dupe of Earl, duplicant. Sorry, dupe of Earl. Evie Hannah will be the duplicant next. Welcome to the colony. I hope you brought your dupe life insurance. I think we have a bed in place already for you, so that's a plus. What? Nightbot, fight me. Automation doesn't work on doors? It should work. Okay. Oh, I see what you're talking about for automation now. You mean for that little, like the little automation input. It does work. You can hook it up to switches and things. So, for example, let's say you were going to have like a triple door system. And then you were going to use the automation to have a switch with an automation wire that goes to that middle door. And you want to have the switch set so when you flick it, the door will open. So let's say all the doors are closed and you open this middle door, you'll end up with a vacuum space in the middle, which acts as a thermal barrier that heat can't pass anymore. So you could use it for that. It also makes a sealed airlock system because it can destroy any gases that are contained in the middle. So maybe you have a case where the door is in an open position and you have a sensor that says when a duplicant runs through, the sensor activates and after the time duration ends, it closes and reopens the door. So you create a permanent seal behind you, so you got like an airlock system. Like, yeah, I don't know, you can do like all kinds of wacky stuff with it, but doesn't let you do something complicated. It could be as simple as just a switch, though, Poe. I've done that with like a triple door and used a switch to open and close the one in the middle to make a thermal barrier when I have a really hot space, so like around a volcano, because the heat can't pass through a vacuum. So I've done that. But I haven't really done a whole lot of like... I've also used it like as like a CO2 destruction system, closing sequential doors to shut off the one, like to press it in the middle, destroy the gas, and then open, let it back in. You know, a variety of stuff like that. But yeah, I can't say that I've used it for too many different things, to be entirely honest. This I didn't set up. We did build it, but I forgot to set it up. So let's put in some stuff here for abyss bugs, abyss nymphs. Bizlight and meat. Whatever. Azure bugs, Azure nymphs. We'll do royal bugs, royal nymphs. Shine bugs, shine nymphs. Actually, I should probably see what these things are eating. Phosphorate and pinch... No, don't eat the pinch of pepper nut. We need those. Can't make fancy pinch of pepper bread without pinch of pepper bugs. It's funny I have to double-click each of these checkboxes. It's a little weird. Sunbug. What does sunbug eat? Phosphorite. All right. Good deal. Sun nymphs. All right. We'll store that up so they have something to eat. This is apparently outside of a stable. Why is that? Do I need a light source for a stable now? We do. Oh, actually, this is a good way to experiment. We can see whether we actually need to plug in the light source. If it's like the hospital, we don't. We can just put it in there. And that might be sufficient. We'll find out soon enough. Basically, we're trying to use automation to do something absolutely redundant, so yeah, you had no idea what automation could do for doors. Yeah, if you wanted to trigger the opening and closing of the door remotely, it could be useful for that, but otherwise, not so much. Let's disable that. I need my smart battery. All right, we have the refined metals now, I think, and I've done the research, so that's an added plus. So we're gonna hook up the smart battery here. We'll send heavy watt wire across. Oops, not do that. Send that across to here. We need some automation wire, and we'll send that straight down here into into our petroleum generator. We'll get that all shut down. Survey says, bam, the light does not need to be plugged in to satisfy the room condition, so that's a plus. Shouldn't light bugs be considered a light source? You're kind of right. I kind of agree with you. In a lightbug ranch, it should be like self-sufficient. Ian with the $2 super chat. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate the support. How's the stream going? Good so far, Hariel. Not bad overall. We haven't had a duplicant death yet. We're kind of poking around on some stuff. This has actually hit max pressure over here for oxygen. That's crazy. Didn't really move the CO2 as much as I wanted to over here. Oh, I don't like my distribution setup here. I hate having all the CO2 jam up. I like it when it's evenly distributed, so it squishes itself right down to where I want it to be to control it. And I really have a sprawling colony this time that I don't have as good control over my CO2. It's like in the middle here. It's actually really bad. Okay, let's pay attention to what we've got going on down here. So we have some salt plant seeds. I don't want the pips picking those up, so let's maybe plan to put those in here. Nosh beans. Oh, it's already set to do that. Let's copy those settings. I'm going to increase the priority on storing just a tiny little bit. I'm going to just shove some stuff in storage containers, help our decor and morale a little bit. Liquid tuning. This is what I want next. Get some of that automation going on. Lower the water ceiling. Oh, this one here. Yeah. I mean, if we get to a point where we can purify some more water and set it in there, it would be nice to have that. But I'm going to have to relocate this at some point. Really, what I'd like to do is get rid of this room. It's just a barrier. And expand out to allow for more distribution of the CO2 along the bottom of the colony. Same thing over here. I need to get better flow coming in this way. Let's take... How am I gonna build this? I'm gonna get them to deconstruct a few of these things because I want some more room to work with here. Like watching you play. I learned a lot from you to do your playthrough. That's awesome. Thanks, Andrew. Light source not requiring plug-in is like a mechanical airlock of old times. Kind of, yeah. It's also like the lavatory that you put in a hospital space in the game that doesn't require you to have it connected and running either. I totally forgot to hook this into the power grid. That's not great. So I've been down a toilet all this time because I built a lavatory and then didn't plug it in, or didn't plug in the sieve, and this died again. Oh no, it's got power stored. Now it's dead. Okay, I regret plugging in this fancy this fancy cord already. Deconstruct automation. Get that out of there. I sabotaged myself. I plugged it in too soon. I should have got all this built beforehand. So as soon as you plug it in, it shuts it off. Now I've burned up all my power, so I gotta enable this thing again. It's mad skills right there. What's the nosh seed? Nosh seed's another type of food you can grow. So it's kind of like beans, I guess. Let's see if we can find an open... Yeah, this is open. Okay, so here's our nosh seed over here. Or the nosh bean, rather. Life cycle, 21 cycles. It likes to grow in -25 to 0 degrees Celsius. So it's a cold growing plant, which means you have to do a little more temperature management to use it. Takes 1,000 grams per cycle of phosphorite. It also consumes 35 kilograms per cycle of water. You get 12 nosh beans out of the harvest. See if it'll give me the calories for a nosh bean. Base seed harvest chance, 10%, but the bean itself is the seed, so isn't it 100% since you're getting 12 of them when you harvest? I don't understand. Anyway, I don't know how many kilocalories they produce. Do we have anything cooking-wise here I can check on it? No, I don't. I need like I should make the electric grill over here. Where's our food? We'll throw out electric grill. There is some stuff we can make in the gas range also. Mush bar, raw egg, mushroom... Well, this refining stuff. This does not use the bean. Neither of them do, apparently. Mush bar, rugged mushroom, bristleberry, meal lice, sleet wheat grain. I wonder if they just haven't updated the tooltip on that yet. The bean's got to be good for something. Unless they just eat it directly. I mean, let's check under vitals, maybe. No, consumables. Consumables. Where's our bean? Allergy medication, curative tablets. They don't even have all the food in here yet. Meal lice. I guess this is only the stuff that I have access to. Lettuce. Is that it? They don't have most of the food options in here anymore. It's a little weird. It must be because I can't make it yet. Lots of phosphorite requirement now. Yeah, for sure. There is that. Is the Drecos that poop out phosphorite? I can't remember. Yeah, it is the Drecos. The Drecos poop out phosphorite. So if you get a good Dreco farm going, you can get some amount out of them. I don't know how much they drop each time, but... Well, there's 15 kilograms of phosphorite sitting right there, so... These guys take some serious dumps. Mind you, he's been stuck in that spot, so that may be not a good indicator. It said fresh there for a second, and I thought I was talking about the phosphorite poop. But it's actually the pinch of pepper nut. My bad. 5 kilograms there. Yeah, I don't know how much they poop out each time, but I guess if you get a decent enough Dreco farm, that might help. It'll help at least a little bit. I don't think it'll do the whole thing for you. There's only 2 little waterweed seeds in here. I need to get my hands on those. But it's a really long way for the duplicants to run and dig, so I don't know that they're going to be able to do it. Colony lacks a critter ranch. It does? Snark Diva, where are you? Oh, I went farming with you. Oh, right, because you're 8 agriculture. I must have somebody here who has some sort of ranching ability. Animal husbandry, there's a 3 on Shane. Okay, I may have had a slight oversight. We didn't bring anyone to do ranching. Well, that's a kick in the pants. All right. BDS Empire is good at machinery, but we might put him on farming. Nah, whatever. Put him on operating. Well, we'll try to make a point of picking somebody who has animal husbandry as soon as possible. More machinery. All kinds of operators. Too many operators. Somebody deconstructed the wrong automated wire. Guess who? Oh, wait a minute. No, I got it. I got the right one. The trouble was I built it ahead of time, so they built it first, and that turns off the machine. When you highlighted the gas range, it kept the tooltip for the electric grill. Yeah, it did. So they probably just haven't updated the tooltips. Plug in our electric grill. Then we get access to things we can cook, although I don't know if I have any ingredients to work with. I might have some pepper bread or something. Okay. Actually, no, we won't because we don't have sleep wheat grain, so that rules that out. What do we got in here we can work on now, research-wise? Plastics, so again, I'm still not worried about that right now. Low-resistance conductors could be useful. I don't have a separate production system right now that needs those necessarily. Ooh, smart storage, that would be a good one. Solid transport, let's go this way. I want to try and work towards getting somebody who can build us an auto sweeper anyway, so we're going to have to get someone into that mechatronics engineer role. Poor ungroomed shine bugs. It's so sad, sleeping in midair. Without a friend. Oh, they have a little mouth now. Without a friend in the world. Well, they've got a couple friends, but not as many as they should have. Poor little shine bugs. Greetings from the Champlain Valley, just south of you. Haven't got a live stream since XCOM. Welcome, Kyle. Thanks for dropping in on the stream. Did I give you a job? Oh, that's a good question. Priorities. Nope. Operating. I gave you skill. I did not give you a job priority, so we got that tackled now. So remind me the next time a duplicant comes up. The thing we're looking for now is someone with animal husbandry. These animals need a husband. Can't go on single like this anymore. Found an idea. There's something called water and gas type proto tanks. One tank will have water and oxygen. The other tank will have polluted water and carbon dioxide. Yeah, you can do that too in terms of storing stuff. I still use reservoirs. I really should use the tanks, actually. It's probably better for cleaning because you don't have to have a pump later to clean it. Need a lure up by the shine stable? Not necessarily. We have shine bugs up there already. They'll come towards the food. So as we fill in this, which is still empty. I'm gonna put a 6 on this. We put some food in this, they'll be drawn up to here, and then when a rancher comes over here and does their little their little cat call thing when they're at the grooming station. The shine bugs will fly in there and they can groom them inside the space. Fox, look at your warnings. I got no warnings. Insufficient oxygen generation with long commutes. Look at all that CO2. I am producing O2. It's just not our setup's a little weird right now. I cut out the rust production in here, so that kind of messed things up. Get the washroom set up soon. I have one here. All right, we have one set up. We can deconstruct another here now. I'm easily distracted. You all know this. You've been watching my stream for a while. If you haven't, why haven't you? Animals. Greg. There's a door in the way. No farming for me. There's a door. Where's the door? What door's in the way? These doors are open. That door's fine. Oh, for this shine bug. Yeah, we can open this door. Open that up. We'll let the shine bug out. Oh, this is broken. Let's go ahead and throw in our lavatory. Get this plugged into our system now. As soon as they build that one, we'll build our third toilet. And I might as well go ahead and build the sinks now right away. We can just deconstruct all this. Oops, help if I was actually in a view I could do it in. Okay, that worked splendidly. Deconstruct all. Thank you. This is only your second stream. Well, welcome, Michael. Glad you came back. Cryptic? Distracted? Pshaw. I'm never distracted. Squirrel! The wire. Which the wire? There's a squirrel next to the automated wire that's missing. Oh, is there? Did I break a wire by accident? That's connected. Automated wire. Oh, yeah, I broke that one little automated wire right here because it shut off my stuff on me, which I wasn't thrilled about. Oh, did I break? Oh, you're right. I broke the wrong one. I didn't even break the one that was at the plug. I broke a gap just above it, so it stayed turned off because I'm magic. In all fairness, I've never once claimed to be that smart of a guy, everyone. Come on now. Don't be like that. Say it ain't so. Is your cistern bottler set to auto bottle? Nope. It is not. This one here needs to be set for polluted water, though, so we can dump that out. I do need a little deodorizer down here, because this is going to produce some stankiness. We need some sinks. Let's go into our medicine to grab those. Oh, not the wash basins. I want sinks. There we go. That's going to require plumbing, so we'll plug this up into here, into there, into this. I just did that. Cancel. There we go. Okay, and then I actually don't need this incoming water flow anymore, so we can deconstruct the pipe that's right here. And then I'm going to have to mop up a little bit of mess on the floor, but that's okay. Set the bottle emptier to regular water, did I? I did. Thank you. Bad Cryptic with the misclicking. Bad Cryptic. Farming, +7 agriculture. There's 1 animal husbandry. Well, I mean, one's better than nothing. We'll bring in Bert. Good old Bert. This will be zombies. Welcome to the colony, zombies. Please don't make the rest of our duplicants into zombies. I didn't look at any of his other traits. I probably should look at his negatives. That might have been worth doing. Well, let's show me here. Well, hopefully it can't be that bad. All right, let's put you in the critter ranching phase of things. So we can finally get someone taking care of our critters. We're up to 14 duplicants for right now. I think I'm gonna pause a little bit on bringing in duplicants. No, you know what? We'll bring in a couple more. We have a little bit of oxygen left to spare. I haven't totally oxygen starved them yet. We've got time. Oh, I should look at... yeah, there we go. Still Snow finally has the skills to go after improved digging, I think. Let's find out. Are you kidding me? Still Snow cannot learn improved digging 1. Why is that? How many points does it take? Huh. I wonder if it's bugged or if it really just takes a lot of points to get this level of improved digging. Curiosa and Curiosa. What about improved construction? Nope, that one's toast also. Alright, I guess we can put him working on improved carrying, because that will help build towards exosuit wearing, which is kind of a handy skill. Sub to PewDiePie has the same problem. He's got 2 points. We'll put on improved carrying on you also. Improved cooking's already maxed out. Let's improve your carrying. Robert McGill. We're working towards mechatronics engineer with him, so we're getting close. Shane Sheehan. Not worried about astronomy right now. We'll put improved carrying on you. Greg. Again, with the digging business. Let's put you on improved carrying. Joseph. Electrical engineering. Look at that. We got fancy electrical engineer. Field research for you. And then Still Snow. I really don't know what to do with your points, so I guess we'll put it into carrying, so we'll boost your carrying capacity and just plummet you into a horrible spiral of awful mentality and depression. This morale's going to be right in the toilet. It's a morale thing. If the new skill take them over their current morale, they won't let you take that skill. But I've done it with other ones. So it only seems to be like 2 of them that are really causing that kind of a problem. Unless there's a threshold that says that you need to be within a certain range. I don't know. Beats me, whatever the deal is. Let's make some more room for CO2. They got our fancy pip garden over here. We're not really using the food necessarily anyway. I could build another actual farm layer. Probably would make more sense. A little bit better yield. Uh-oh. Oh no. I think my daughter's up. If the screaming starts, I might have to bail in a hurry. My wife's at one of those sleep clinic things tonight, so it's just me and the kids here. They were already asleep when I started streaming, but if she wakes up, it's gonna be game over, man. It's that direction left. How's our plumbing in here? Not quite done. Finish my sinks, please. Thank you. There's gonna be a little bit of a weird setup. I've never had a little funny little snaky bend in my pipe that way before. Direction left. Had the same issue with tier 3 skills. Once you have the morale, it only costs 1 skill point. There's a threshold of some sort. Oh, okay. So maybe I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah, it's my 6-year-old again. She's a feisty one. Unfortunately, she's still really really dependent on someone when she's sleeping. If she wakes up and there's nobody around, she has a kind of a major freak out. Jess Stewart with Super Chat. Family's priority, we understand. Thanks, Jess. Appreciate the Super Chat. I'll know soon enough if she's awake, because she's usually not very quiet about it. Oh, I made a mess down here. I forgot about that. Clean all this up, please. I'll just dump it right back in here. It'll be fine. That system is now all flowing as expected. There's not much of a lead for water here, so hopefully it doesn't... if they don't all decide to use the bathroom all at the same time and wash all their hands and stuff, they might actually tap out the system. Liquid bridge in the end of the disconnected pipe will push water in. Oh yeah, that will work. You mean over here? We go like this. Slap that on there. It still needs the space to push the water in, and that's going to be a problem. We'll see what happens. You're a good father. I don't know necessarily about that. I mean, I'm down here playing video games and my daughter's sleeping, so. Just one of those things. Let's see. Renewable energy. We could do smelting and superheating. Liquid tuning. Caffeine. I want to get my duplicants coffee because coffee is joy, but I haven't even built them a mess room yet. I've been so busy like toying around with new stuff, checking out new things, building weird layouts and stuff that I haven't even built them the basics for producing good morale. I don't even know where I'm going to put a dining hall in here. There's too much CO2 everywhere. These oxyferns are neat, but I don't think they're efficient enough. Just don't think it works. I should probably set this to actually plant the oxyfern next time. We dug it up before, I think, and then it replanted itself. Forgot the pipes on the exit of the last latrine. Oh, did I? I did. You're right. Thank you. There we go. I'm sure I would have noticed at some point. I would have been like, why aren't they using this toilet? What is wrong with these people? I did it perfectly for them. Hashtag not so perfect. Oh, I ran out of polluted water here. There we go. Oh, good. They're harvesting the wood. That's right. We get a little lumber. They pack it in here. Keep perpetuating our system of weirdness. This I can disable again. Actually, I want to set this to turn back on when the power gets down to like 50%. I want to run that. I want to run this generator maybe like half the time. I don't want the power to dip too low. Just tell the dupes the Great Hall's full of CO2 to preserve the food. That's right. You just gotta be sitting a little bit carefully down there, that's all. Oh, Ian Gamage. Sorry, I didn't see you send in a super chat as well. Thanks for the super chat, Ian. Much appreciated. If you look at the red morale bar, it's a darker red when you can't do it. Lighter red. Oh, is it? That's interesting. Oh yeah, look at that. So if it's the darker red, you can pick it, and lighter red you can't. That's interesting. So it looks like it gives you a buffer of about one morale bar, and if you're not within that, well, this one doesn't at all. There's no buffer there at all for this thing, which is interesting. Huh. Well, that's cool. All right, good to know. We'll keep an eye out for that. You keep getting boulders. Would it be worth it to triple airlock the energy production section? I mean, potentially. I should actually plug in this door down here so this opens and closes a little quicker. Potentially, because that might be some of our CO2 problem, right? Like we might be having so much CO2 pressure up here every time they go through the door, it's flowing down to the colony, so we're getting a buildup down here that's kind of nasty. Like, I should actually consider relocating the door for this also. Instead of having them access it here, if they ran across the garden and ran up on this side of it. That might be a good idea too. The CO2 that's produced in here, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Got a lot of CO2 in there now. I don't know. I should figure out a better. Ooh, insufficient phosphorite. Ruh-roh. Too many things take phosphorite now. Where have we got some phosphorite I can snag quickly? There we go. Oh, actually, there's a big pile of it right here. A bunch of stuff needs phosphorite now. It's kind of funny. It was one of those things that had pretty limited usefulness before, but now we're all about that phosphorite. Cancel that. Ooh, they got all the way up here. We found our way to the salt. If they're going to dig in, the salt water's going to dump on their head. Oh, no. There was... Oh, there they are. Oh, the waterweed planted itself. I was like, where'd the seeds go? But they're right there. They were just laying on the surface and then planted themselves. So that's okay. I need salt water for the waterweeds, though, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll bottle it, have them run it down and dump it down there. That might be an idea. We've gone way too dependent on mushrooms. Not having them is really going to be rough. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the mushrooms don't consume the CO2, but they do make good use of it as a growing medium, right? This water's gone, gone, gone. It's a good thing we were switching out, so I don't think I have anything that's left that will need the bottler. I'm not feeding water anywhere except for our ferns. When they're done, we are going to die. That is great. I think we better get those rust oxygen systems set up, because that kind of broke things over there. Let's deconstruct the ladder. At least some of it. deconstruct this wall here too while I'm at it. I need a blank canvas. I'm going to build in here. So I'm actually tempted to use a pump system to pump the oxygen upwards to the top, so it's getting downward pressure instead of letting it filter up on its own. But I don't know if I have the power capacity for that. So in order to run that, we would need a gas pump, obviously, because that's got to pump it. That's good for 240 watts worth of power consumption, and then we will need 2 of our rust deoxidizers, which are power-wise another 60 watts, another 120. So 360 watts of power to produce 900 grams per second of oxygen. So that's enough to actually supply 9 duplicants, basically. Because they breathe 100 grams per second per duplicant. So I could do, like, very similar to what we had with our old system. With our normal oxygen production setup. We could do one of these on either side with a pump in the middle. Like that. They do need to be able to supply it. So every time they open the door, they're going to let stuff in and out, which isn't going to be optimal, but not really that bad. And then if it was like sealed in like this, very similar to what we do with our normal setup. Then this would be solely oxygen alone. It would constantly move oxygen at a rate of about 500 grams per second. But we'd be producing like 900, so that would be a waste. That's not efficient enough. I am going to have to do like an open air system. Otherwise, I'm going to be stranding oxygen inside there, which isn't really what I want. It'll constantly max out, and then we won't hit what we need. So instead, if we do a double system like this, actually, I don't even need a space between them, I don't think. I want to make use of the chlorine that's going to be in here too. Maybe I'll leave a gap between them. So we'll do one over here. And like one over here. And then in between we can set up our little farm tiles here to grow our salt. Maybe we'll do like a double layer of salt down below. Deconstruct that. This will need to sit on mesh tiles because it's going to be liquid chlorine that drips out. Above here, we're going to throw in some stuff like so, but then they can't reach the top of it to be able to resupply it. I want to be able to get it resupplied, so I'm gonna have to set it down lower. I was trying to move it up a little bit so I'd have space for CO2 to go underneath it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Let's get rid of all this. Let's cancel that last one so they don't strand themselves. Massive black hole about to absorb the whole galaxy. If you make 2 of those, I feel it in my gut. You're probably not wrong. Could use the CO2 locks into the Rust O2 system to avoid gas escapes. Yep, that would work too. What I'm thinking though is if I give them access to the top of the machine, they don't even need to go into the room to resupply it. So if we have a system where it's got a flat roof that limits the amount of CO2 that's going to drop into it. I guess I could put them side by side and it doesn't necessarily, like if I did something like this. And then we did like a rust deoxidizer here. Well, I'll cancel that one. I want at least a 1 tile gap above it. So if we did one here and did one here, and then we had our tiles set up here. Then I think the duplicate's going to resupply through that gap. And then I don't even need to worry about anything else. Or I could actually put it on like little angles. Like that. The duplicate's going to stand in that gap and resupply the machine, and then underneath it, the chlorine will drop out and feed whatever our farm tile setup is down here. I don't know. It's not great. Perhaps if you had 1 or 2 oxyferns planted in the bottom of the system, that'll eat up any CO2 that might get in. Yeah, I mean, they're going to bring CO2 in with them a little bit as they go in and out. I was actually, someone had mentioned putting a CO2 scrubber in there, which I think makes a lot of sense, or the carbon scrubber. Yeah, I don't have the auto sweeper unlocked yet, and I also don't have anyone I don't have a duplicate that can do it. I might have actually, I think I've done the research for it now. But we don't have a duplicate that has the skill just yet. But they still, the auto sweeper still needs to be able to reach a supply of resources. So one way or another, there's going to be a supply system happening there. No, my friend. Use the airflow towel to force the liquid chlorine to cool the salt shaker before it goes off to your farm. Yeah, I don't know how hot it gets though. That's just the thing. Like it's not producing that many thermal units really. And the air that comes out seems to come out at about 20 degrees. It's not crazy hot the way that some of the other things are. I mean, this would give us 900 grams per second of oxygen, which is a plus as long as it stays supplied. I don't necessarily like the setup. I mean, we'd end up with stuff trapped above here, which would be less than optimal. Sorry, I'm being a little indecisive because I haven't experimented with this a whole bunch off stream in order to figure out. So I'm sorry, I'm actually kind of sorting some of it out while we're sitting in the stream, which I guess isn't great. If I have it underneath a floor, then I don't necessarily need to build a secondary roofing on it. We'll do them side by side. We'll build the wall that's 3 high up either side, so they'll never drop down in the center. The dupes at most will stand on the ledge. They'll exhale and it will fall in, but that's not really that big a deal. We'll build it down like so. And then down here, I'm going to have my farm tile so we can grow our salt. Actually, I can even put some out here. Nah, I probably shouldn't interrupt that flow. Food, farm tile. Nah, I was hoping I could put 2 of them in, but that's not going to fit. I don't like this setup. How much do these things drop? I have no idea what the yield even is. 50 kilograms of salt, and it takes 6 cycles to produce that. 6 cycles, 50 kilograms. This is going to consume 150 kilograms of salt. Wow, per second. 150 grams per second, rather. Oh, okay, so actually 4 of these might actually be able to supply 2 of them reasonably well. I don't know. That's kind of a weird setup. It's basically what we had before, but it's just like 1 extra rust deoxidizer. I don't know. I seriously need to experiment. He's away from. Well, I have a duplicate who's getting close to be able to get the machine. So we have McGill here, who Robert McGill. If he moves up 1 more, we can get mechatronics engineering, and that will get us the point we need to produce the sweeper. But even still, like I said, it's still gonna have to be able to reach a supply of something in order to feed it in. Now it can reach through pneumatic doors, so theoretically we could block this off so the duplicates could never stand up there, and it could reach through the door to grab supplies outside the room and feed it into the machine, which would be great. It would help a little bit with CO2, but I don't like this. This is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel efficient to me. I'm not sure. Not sure what I want to do with this. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. I'll work with this the way it is for now. We'll put a ladder on this side so they can supply it from both sides. I'm gonna break things out here as well because I want my CO2 to filter down better than it has been. If we split this up, then I can put flooring right across here. Oops. That'll let some of the CO2 that's been pooling over here start to kind of settle down a little bit lower. It's not going to be great, but it'll be something. And we can dig this out also. I don't know. We'll see how that works. Use solid transport, conveyor rail plus dropper to supply the auto sweeper. Yeah, that would be a good way to go about it. Either way, it would still be... I wonder how much we would really net from that. I mean, we'd be saving maybe a couple of exhalations where the dupes might breathe out CO2 into the space, and you might get a tiny amount of it at the bottom. Dupe attuned to tile. Any bets? That's probably... It would have been a good bet if they hadn't built so much of the floor here at the bottom already, but I guess we'll see. Who's suffocating? Of course you are. Don't let PewDiePie die. Go break that tile, please. Let him out. There you go. Get some air. They got to go down to the crypt to breathe because just above that, there's no air. All right, we can set these up for our salt seeds again. I really want to play around with this because I think we can come up with a system that works better for this. This is not optimal, but yeah, indeed. 1 or 2 oxygens in the bottom would eat up any CO2 that got in there, release oxygen, which would make its way out normally. But it could also end up floating in the space here where the salt plants are and then cause different problems. Uh-oh, I hear screaming. Okay, sorry everyone. I know it's a little bit early. I would normally stream until midnight Eastern time, but I can hear my 6-year-old freaking out upstairs because she's by herself and she just woke up. So I'm gonna have to call it canceled on the stream. I'm sorry for ending early. I do appreciate everyone that's here hanging out tonight, though. If you want to come back and check out another stream, I am planning to play Oxygen Unincluded again on Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much, everyone, for the super chats tonight. I'm going to experiment a little bit with this off stream and see if I can find something that I actually like a little bit better than what this setup looks like. Appreciate everyone for coming out. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.